Fox Hallow Fam, I'm Todd and welcome to Baking with Fox Hallow Kitchen. This week we're going to put a twist on an old favorite. Today I want to show you how to make kifla. Now, I know many people at home probably haven't heard of that. Well, let's just say it's kind of the predecessor of what inspired the French croissant. They're light, fluffy, and so good. So if you're ready, then let's have some fun. Alright, to start off our kifla, we are going to take 6 cups of flour into our stand mixer here. And hopefully not break our bowl. To that we're going to add a tablespoon of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, and a package of dry instant yeast. As you guys have watched many of our videos before, I always like using the rapid rise because it gets the job done quicker, and just my personal preference. So, and we are just going to whisk this together just until everything's combined here. Then we'll move on. Okay, Dave, what do you think? You think that looks pretty good?
I think it looks good. It just needs to be mixed together.
Yep. And then we are going to dig a well into the middle of our flour mixture here, because we got some ingredients to add in here. So we'll get them ready and move on. Alright, next up, in a smaller bowl, we're going to go ahead and take 1 1/4 cup of warm water, roughly about 95 degrees. To that we're going to add a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 3/4 of a cup of warm milk, about 95 degrees also, and then 3 ounces of just plain regular yogurt. Was not expecting that to plop in the way that it did, but hey, it happens here. So it's all good. And then we're just going to whisk this together just until everything is nice and combined. What do you think, Dave? You think that looks pretty good there?
I think it's good, just so the chunks of yogurt are broken up. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Okay.
No chunkies? Alright, let's go ahead and move on. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take our dry mixture, which we already have set up here in our stand mixer, and our wet mixture of the water, vegetable oil, and milk, and yogurt. We're just going to go ahead and pour that in to our dry mixture. And then we're going to go ahead and start our stand mixer on low speed for about 3 minutes. And then after 3 minutes, we're going to set it up to a medium speed for about 5 to 10 minutes until a nice dough forms. Alrighty, I think this dough looks awesome sauce here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this off the dough hook here. And we're going to go ahead and put it on a lightly floured surface and just knead it here for a few minutes. How do you think the dough looks here, Dave?
I think that looks really good. I think that's nice and soft. This is a really soft dough, so it turned out really nice, looks like.
Yes, it definitely did. It's a lot more stickier than what you would think of like a traditional dough is, in my opinion. So the lightly floured surface is definitely going to help to work the dough here. So let's go ahead and get it off. Yeah, as Dave and I were both saying, this is actually a very super soft dough. In my personal opinion, I think it's just because of the combination of the milk and the yogurt.
Milk and yogurt, yeah.
Definitely help make it a nice soft dough.
It's a little more liquid than what you're normally used to.
Yeah.
But it does make for really buttery, flaky rolls. So.
Yeah, and the kifla are definitely, when we tested these the other night, they turned out a lot better than what I was expecting. I mean,
they're really good, yeah.
I mean, I'm always nervous on trying like ethnic recipes, and this actually turned out to be very, very easy and actually kind of fun too.
Mm-hmm. They're a fun recipe. They're fun to make.
Yeah, you're just going to want to knead this a few minutes and get the glutens going. And then I already have a bowl with some oil covering the inside. I'm going to go ahead and put this in a warm place here for an hour and see if we can get this baby to puff up nice and big. Alright, it has been well over an hour here that we've let our dough rise, so as you can see here, it's pretty much nice big puffy dough ball here.
Yeah, you normally want to let it double. It has more than doubled, so
yeah, it's
we're looking good.
Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and get this out on the table here. Haha!
Comes right out with the oil.
Yes. The wonders of having the bowl pre-oiled. Well, and then what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and cut this dough ball in half. We're going to make 2 smaller dough balls. When we test ran the Kifla the other night, Dave, were you surprised how good they were?
Oh, they are excellent. They're little rolls. They're perfect, like little dinner rolls and everything. You almost don't need butter on them because we butter them before we put them in the oven, so they're really, or after they come out of the oven, they get buttered.
Yeah.
So you almost don't need to put butter or anything on them. They're really good.
Yeah. But they are actually a breakfast pastry, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And doing my research on this, and I told you about this earlier, they believe that this is actually what inspired the French croissant, because the way that it's rolled out.
Yes, it's somewhat like a croissant, but it's not the same kind of dough.
Yeah. Yeah, these are actually originated from, I believe, like Bosnia, where else did I say?
I'm not sure.
Like Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
You'll see these being served with coffee shops and breakfast too. So I could imagine you see it maybe at like a continental breakfast or something like that, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just try and get that rolled out a little nicer.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're gonna take our dough ball here. Now that it's good and flat, we're just gonna roll it out into about an 18 to 20 inch circle. And as you see, it is actually snapping back pretty quick, so.
It's very, very soft, very stretchy dough.
Yeah. But yeah, it is actually, come on, rolling it out pretty nice here, I think. In my opinion. I mean, from what are you seeing here, Dave? What do you think?
I think that's looking about right.
About the right size there?
That's about the right size there.
Okay, and then you are just going to take your pizza cutter and this go just like you would a pizza pie. And you're just going to cut it out 8 triangles.
Looking good.
Yep. And just from the back end, roll it like a little croissant. Do the same thing here. Roll it out. When I first decided on doing this recipe, you know as well as I do, I was absolutely terrified because, you know, it looked really complicated, but honestly,
they are very simple.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to be making these quite a bit here. Maybe a couple family picnics or
yeah, maybe something like that
coming up around the corner here. The question is, though, are they eclectic?
Oh, definitely eclectic.
But as you see, the way that we're rolling these, what do they remind you of?
Like crescent rolls or
Yes.
croissants, yeah.
Yep.
So roll them up.
Yeah, and then once we get all these covered or cut out, excuse me, we're going to go ahead and cover these up and let them sit for about another half hour.
20 minutes to half an hour.
Yep.
To rise again.
And then we'll pop them in, get them ready to be popped in the oven. Sound good?
That sounds great. Can't wait.
Alright, now it's time for this week's Ask Fox Hallow segment. And who is the question from this week, Dave?
Our question today is from our neighbor Jess.
Okay, and Jess, what does she want to know?
She is asking, what do you think is the most refreshing food or drink on a hot day?
Well, for me, you can't go wrong with a big old bowl of fruit salad. And drink-wise, I want to say I'm a big green tea person, so I definitely like my green tea. What about you, Dave?
I like the green tea. I'm more into like lemonade or soda or something, as long as it's ice cold on a hot day. As far as food goes, maybe something like a dessert like lemon squares or a chocolate sundae.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, big old banana split.
Absolutely.
Okay, so thanks, Jess, for that. And if anybody out there ever has a question they want to know and want to have it asked on air, make sure to hit us up on our social media. So thanks. Now we're moving on, and we're going to take our Kifla that's been sitting here for about 20 minutes, and we're just brush them down with 1 egg white.
Just an egg white?
Yep.
They puffed up really nicely here.
Yes.
Yeah, they're nice and poofy.
Poofy?
Poofy.
Yes. And then before we put them in, we're also going to put a little bit of sea salt on these.
You'd be surprised how good the salt tastes on them. It's an interesting taste.
Yeah, when we did the test run the other night, I gave some to our neighbor Amber, and she said she actually kind of wishes we had like a cheese sauce with these.
Mm-hmm.
So, because she felt that was just something a little extra with these. But these are definitely a breakfast or like a coffee break type.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pastry. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, or anytime you would serve dinner rolls, these would go great.
Yeah.
Anything that you would serve fresh dinner rolls with, these would go.
Yeah. Okay. You think I got enough egg white on these here?
So.
Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and just sprinkle a little bit of sea salt on these. The sea salt shaker's a little combative today, but...
Mm-hmm. I think it's coming out. Yeah, it's good.
And many of you guys are kind of wondering, maybe, where did we come up with this recipe? Well, I remember watching an episode of Schitt's Creek, one of our favorite shows we like to watch. It's now on Hulu. And Myra Rose mentioned about wanting a kifla after her trip back from Bosnia. So I'm like, you know what? Let's research these and see what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and get these in the oven. Our oven's already preheated for 400 degrees, and we're going to put these in about 15 to 20 minutes or until they're golden brown. Alright, these just came out of the oven here, and they are looking absolutely awesome. So one last step here, I'm going to go ahead and just paint a little bit of butter on top of these. Look how they just glisten.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Dave?
The house smells like baked bread. It's awesome. And the butter on these is great.
Yes.
With the butter and salt on them, they're terrific.
What do they kind of remind you of?
I mean, they're kind of like a crescent roll, but they're bigger.
Yeah, as I said earlier, with my research on the Kifla, they definitely are what Wikipedia told me was a inspiration for French croissants.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, these got big and puffy.
Yes. Okay. They look absolutely awesome. Can't wait to try them. Now it's time for my favorite part, the taste test. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of a bite here. Buttery, flaky, light, fluffy. Nice little hit of salt. So good. Enjoy, guys. Wrapping up today, I want to thank you again for joining me and encourage you to check out our friends and support channels listed in the description below. But before I go, always remember, good times and good food on Baking with Fox Hallow Kitchen. I'll see y'all soon. If you like this video or any of our other videos,
be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and stay tuned for future shows.